Fuck yeah.
They were just like, we're going to end with a good, like, then you end with the positive experience, which is much nicer. But Opshot Wedding is also a vibe. That's really good.
Hey, just a little bit of admin. Yes. I sent you something from Adelaide today. Oh, sorry, some muns from Adelaide, and if you've got some time in the next couple of weeks as well, let's chat.
To scheme.
Yeah. Oh, I love scheming with my director.
I can't hear.
Can you not hear anything there? Sorry. Is that better? Is that better? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can hear you. I can't hear. Hold on a second.
You can't hear me.
No, that's weird. It cut out.
Oh, that's weird.
2, 1, 2.
I can hear Jen. Oh, there you go. There I am. Hello.
Yeah, it's just a plug. It's just a plug.
Hello.
I hired a studio recently to do a podcast, and it was like with someone I didn't know very well. And I rocked up to the podcast place. I was like, so just how does it all work? And she goes, I don't know. And I went, oh, okay, can you help with it? And she goes, nah. And I went, oh, okay, can we call someone maybe? And she goes, nah, I don't know.
Oh
and she wouldn't answer any question at all. And then I just went and started just unplugging them until they worked. Yeah, it was called The Hub in Melbourne's Central Business District. That's CBD for short.
CBD.
CBD.
That's
you remember
not
that?
the
Not the oil? No.
This reminds me of the time that we did this and then we all went out for a drink afterwards.
How
and
nice
you and
was
I got
that?
real earnest and we held hands, I think.
Yeah, and I just
That
sat
was
there
a
and
real-
watched.
Yeah, you
know,
did.
I always
know
watch.
what?
Did.
I'm not vegan anymore.
That's
Are
fine.
you okay with that?
I wish you told me that before the fucking episode. I wouldn't have been so nice to you.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a good place to start. Welcome to Confessions. Everybody wants to confess. Not everyone wants to hear them. I am wrapping this podcast up, and I really, really wanted to have some of my favourite people on, and I'm trying not to get choked up in this because these are two of my favourite people in the world, two people that have my whole heart. I was a huge fan of these two people before I met them. And when I first moved to Melbourne, I kind of found my family, found my community. And these were the two people that solidified that for me. Welcome, Marieke Hardy.
Oh, that's so nice and earnest. And
This
also,
is the nicest intro I've ever done.
Not to like plug your show that we worked on together, but considering sometimes you giving your heart to not always the right people, well, I'm not going to speak for us, but I do think we're the right people for you to give your heart
absolutely,
to.
yeah. And of course, the wonderful Genevieve Morris.
Oh, thank you. I was so, I so
You're about to
wanted
flip
to
the
put a
table.
joke in there going,
And you could have.
these two people, and I was like, unfortunately, they weren't available. You know, that old
Oh,
joke.
something like that.
right?
I love old jokes like
Nah,
that.
but I didn't.
No, you didn't, but you could have if you really wanted to, mate.
I love you too much.
Now, welcome to Confessions. This is one of the last episodes. Now, you two have been on so many times, and Marieke did say just before we started recording how much you love doing this podcast, and I was like, no, you don't. You like the bit at the start, which is the nice
this
bit.
I like
bit's nice.
this bit.
Staying
We're
in
all
this
just
bit.
friends catching up.
We're all friends.
And not when you start you reminded me of that.
Yeah,
It's like family Christmas or childbirth. One of those I haven't done. Guess which one? But enough time passes between it and you go, that wasn't so bad. I should do that again.
That wasn't
We should
so bad.
host next year. We should host family Christmas. And so with this one, because it has been a while since I've done confessions, I'm like, I love doing confessions. And I forget that I leave traumatized and sad about the world I just leave and go, people are awful.
People are awful.
People are awful.
My favourite clip of this podcast of all time is at the end of one of the episodes, Marieke to say, I'm never coming back.
Oh, really?
Jokes on you.
Totally forgot.
Yeah, totally forgot.
This is Confessions. I love that show. That's so fun.
Now, Marieke, you have a wonderful podcast. You just recorded an episode just before right here. Can you tell us about your podcast?
Yeah, it's called Marieke Hardy is Going to Die because it does what it says on the tin, you know. But just speaking to amazing people, including this beautiful human to my right, but about death and dying and mortality. And even though it's really hard for people to talk about, or people seem to want to dance around it, they don't want to use the words. People, once they start, people want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it does. I don't think there's anything grim about talking about it. It is, it's a reminder to live more fully, I think, and where you want to put your energy and what you want to give a shit about. So it's a real fucking privilege.
A real fucking privilege of a podcast. It is. And so you got so many wonderful episodes out with wonderful, wonderful people, including the great Benjamin Law, including the great John Ronson.
Yes.
Genevieve Morris, soon to be released.
Yes.
Oh, Incredible
She's
stuff.
terrific.
She's quite
terrific.
good, actually.
Miriam
Once you get
Margolyes?
used to her.
Miriam
Margolyes. You can imagine what her dream funeral was
Oh.
like. Amazing.
I went to see Graham Norton on last week. He did a live show. I don't know if I pronounced that really
No,
weird. It felt
how
weird
did-
when I said it.
Put an
Norton.
extra N in.
Who were the
Norton.
guests?
No guest. It was him by himself, kind of showing clips from his show and his favourite clips.
From Wheel of Fortune.
From Wheel of Fortune. He showed his favourite Larry Emder clips. And it was a good show. He was really just beautiful to be in the same room as him. I think that's what we were so excited about, just being in a room with him. But he told the most amazing Miriam Margolyes story. Like nearly every story ended up just being about Miriam Margolyes.
Did he show the clips of her?
He did,
Oh
yeah.
my God, they're so
Yeah.
good.
And this is today a clip show of that show that I saw live.
Oh, great. Oh, my
I've just
God, I
got some
love it.
clips
Oh,
lined
my
up
God,
of Miriam
fab.
Margolyes.
Fab.
I met Miriam Margolyes when I was, I think, 16 years old. I got the bus up to Melbourne. She was doing a show at the Melbourne Theatre Company. You know about that. We can talk
I know
about
the
that
Melbourne
sometime.
Theatre Company.
And she was so nice, like so beautiful, so warm.
Which play was it?
She was playing all of the Dickens.
I
don't
remember
think it's
that.
I think it was called
Yeah,
Dickens.
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And she came back and she just went, "Oh, you look like Daniel," and Daniel Radcliffe from the famous, very
can
famous
see the
Boy
resemblance.
Wizard,
Yeah.
Boy
Did
Wizard film.
you know
Can't remember
what?
the name of
Glasses.
it. Glasses. It's all the glasses. And I had a big scar of a lightning bolt.
She
at
did
the
the
time.
book show back in the day as well, and she is as flatulent as you'd imagine. Like she always talks about
She
being
lives up to it.
flatulent. She really does. She was in the makeup room at the ABC.
Yep.
We were both getting done at the same time, and as you imagine, she didn't want much of a fuss. But boy, was she letting it rip.
I just
Yeah.
asked her what she'd been up to in Melbourne. That was like, it's always
Did
a
she
good
say
opener.
farting?
She didn't
Yeah.
say farting, but she'd say she goes every day down to the Brighton pool and has a swim, and then she eats chips. And I was like,
Great
every day?
combo.
She goes, I just eat chips. And she said that she put them by the pool as well, so she
Hot
could have kind
chips
of
or
wet
crisps?
chips.
Wow.
Crisps, yeah.
Ah,
just eating some crisps. Now, Genevieve Morris, what is going on in your world right now? Bunnings?
A lot of Bunnings.
A lot of Bunnings at this
Flat
point in
out
time.
and tool shop. I had a bit of a fucking incident
Oh.
on Sunday. Okay, guys, when you go to Bunnings, we've got this separate bit. It's called tool shop. What do
Yep.
you think we keep in there? Tools.
Hammers, that sort of
That
stuff.
sort of stuff, but also
Only named
probably
one.
your higher priced tools as well, right? And there's a little sign above the register. Could you please pay for your tool shop items here at
Great.
the tool shop register?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes people walk out and I can see like they've grabbed a ruler and a pencil and I go, cool, because I'm busy with serving customers.
Yeah.
But when I clock someone has something of value, I will say, excuse me, mate, friendly.
Friendly.
I don't point to the sign
Do you say that
until
to the
I get
people as
attitude.
well? I'm
okay,
friendly.
yeah.
I'm friendly. Excuse me, mate, I'm friendly. Could you please pay for those items here?
Tool shop.
Got other stuff. No, that's what it says there. See
Yep.
that? See that sign behind me? That's what. Anyway.
It ain't
so
Maya.
I had one of these, and I'm going to call them cockheads.
Yeah.
On Sunday, he brought up to me an empty box, and I went, I've never seen that before. Anyway, and then he pointed to the cabinet behind the register, which is obviously where this item lives. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. It was a set of jumper leads, and I said, and then he said, oh, I'm going to take it because I've got a whole lot of stuff up at Timber and I'll pay for it all together. Yeah, I said, I would like you to pay for tool shop items here. No, I've got a whole lot of, and I did.
Pointed at the sign.
Pointed at the sign.
Pointed at the sign.
And as I'm doing that, I just casually scanned the item. $236. Be fucked if you're walking
Yeah.
out of here just there, and then what? Go down to your ute with your timber, with your other receipt, fucking chuck it underneath. I don't know.
Yeah. You don't know what goes on.
That's not tool shop etiquette.
What I should have said is, how inconvenient that I'm making you do 2 transactions in Bunnings when you could have just done one or stolen something. Anyway,
Could you use that voice? Because that's
It's a new
less
character she's
friendly.
working on.
Yeah.
he said, fucking ridiculous. And he gave me daggers, and I was very tired. Thumbs down. I was very tired, and I got a bit upset.
Good.
Not with him at the time, I should have.
Just kicked your dog when you got home?
She always
Not
does that.
even.
Okay.
I just
Came over here and kicked Tiggs.
You know when the tears start rolling and you're going, what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on? I was tired. I'd been to one of my co-workers' 21st the night before.
Oh,
That's what I
nice
do
one.
now, guys.
Great.
Go to 21st. Anyway, I got a bit upset, and then I had to call the supervisor. I'm like, can you please come over? She came over. She took me away. Just prick. And then all the bloody Bunnings blokes, who work there. Which one was it, Jen?
Let's go get him.
You know. Unnecessary. Grumpy people.
Oh,
fuck
they're the
off.
worst. That's your Bunnings job. You've also done a deadlock recently. That'll be coming out.
yeah.
Sorry, mate.
That's your Bunnings
Oh, you meant
job.
TV and shit. Yeah.
Been doing that?
I'll be in Deadlock series 2. I don't know when it's coming out.
That's so
I
great.
play a stripper.
Yeah.
So it should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you got something else in the works. I don't know if we can talk about that just yet.
Yeah,
You
no,
have
we can
something
work.
else.
We can talk about that
Yeah.
because it's a play with the Melbourne Theatre Company because I've heard of them.
You've heard of them?
It's
Just
a
once.
one-woman show, Sammy. I mean, I'll be getting together with you and taking notes when you've done your one-woman shows.
That's
So
right. a one-woman
brilliantly
show.
too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, that's later in the year, around October. I
Are you
think.
excited?
I am. I'm excited and nervous and all of those things and honoured and a little bit shitting my pants.
Have you done a one-woman show before?
I don't believe I have.
No.
No.
You probably remember if you did.
I think I know.
You of everybody should know.
At least-
At Bunnings, though,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, I give a tight 5 to my favourite customers.
That sounded like a bit of an operatic moment at Bunnings the other day. You had you
Yeah.
had your arch villain. There were tears, I would
Correct.
assume, over the speaker.
Yep.
Can you come and clean up on my face? It was tears and, and then in the end you two kissed.
You know what I
assume.
thought was interesting though? He was a white male
No.
over 50.
No
Go
way.
No
fucking
way.
figure.
No way. Don't believe that for a
Yeah.
second.
Which was odd.
Hope you have a sign on stage for the one-woman show so you can just point at it if someone's making noise.
Oh, well. Yeah.
No talking, no coughing. I would like to say as well that I've got, when you're hearing this, it is the Melbourne International Comedy Festival time.
Yeah, it is, bitch.
And I'm bloody doing one more week of Dave Warnicky dates the entire audience of the Improv Conspiracy. That's always on at 7 p.m.
Do you know what?
always.
I was a bit sad, just to get in before you plug the next amazing
say that you're
show.
sad?
I'm sad. No, I read a bit more about that Dave Warnicky show because I thought, what a great premise. And then I read the press and it said he's in a relationship. So it's all pretendy.
It's not
and I'm
legal.
like, nah.
Nah,
I
you're
want
not
him
into
to
it.
actually
You want
go,
it to date.
Where's the risk? Where's the stakes?
I know.
I've got a girlfriend, but is there anyone I can meet here better? It's like
That
the
would be a
latest
good
task
premise.
on
All right.
maths. It's really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some good notes. We should make
Welcome.
this happen for Dave.
Thank you.
And I'll also be opening my debut solo show directed by the wonderful Marieke Hardy, Why the Long Face, which will be opening on the 7th of April. And there's 14 bloody shows.
So
How are you
excited.
feeling about
Can't
it?
wait. I'm really excited about it. I actually got I did an episode of Willosophy, and I got a lovely text from Greg Fleet saying he'd listened to it, and he really was excited about coming to see the show. So he's
How
coming
does
to
that
see
make
the
you
show.
feel?
I'm excited about that.
Oh,
I don't think
good.
it's mean about Fleety. I think it's nice about I
think it's honest.
It's honest about Fleety.
yeah.
So and I think he'll
And
get
I think
the
he's
honesty
quite
from
honest
him.
about himself.
I think he is.
So
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
place to be at.
So I'll advertise the night that he's coming so people can sit and look back. I always think that is the most awkward thing you can be at a show about someone going, oh, they're here tonight. This is going to be weird.
Yeah, don't tell the audience.
No, I won't tell the audience.
No.
My mum came to Adelaide and made the show a bit about herself as well. So that's always nice.
she
as
loves
well.
to heckle your
She
mum,
loves to
doesn't
heckle.
she?
She loves to heckle as much
to
as
get
possible.
involved.
Loves to get involved. So come to that. I'd love to goddamn see you.
Oh,
I'd
I'm
love
there.
to
You
see
know I've already booked my 6
I know.
tickets.
Bloody hell. She's bought tickets.
It's
How
a
crazy is that?
beautiful show, and obviously you and I, like you trusted me enough during development, which I'm very honoured by. But I remember you doing little runs when I was living briefly in North Melbourne. And we were in the living room hanging out with Morty, my dog,
Yeah.
and you were trying to get used to doing this whole hour of material because you'd never done an hour before. And to see it now, and to also see it the first time you ran it at Comedy Republic last year, and just the audience kind of leaning in was so amazing.
It was so beautiful. It was so funny as well to go from doing it to one person. Like I did it to Marieke so many times, just to Marieke so many times as well. And it was so, like Marieke did laugh in bits as well, just by, it was so nice. And then in Adelaide, Georgia Love came and met me there and I did it for her the day of. Just to one person. And I was like,
yep.
this is just like the days with Marieke. Just one person, an audience of one, completely sold out in the living room.
And you also did, I remember we did a little test run in Brunswick with the amazing Declan Fay got his story
incredible.
brain on it. And
Yep.
I think Ruben K.
Ruben
was
K,
there.
Rob Millsy Mills.
It was a
who's who,
cast
Oliver
of
Clark.
stars,
Yeah.
yeah. Just
Was
a little
amazing.
dry
Was I
test
busy
run.
that night, Sammy?
Yeah, you were busy
You know,
that night.
I was working
mate.
at Bunnings.
You were working at Bunnings.
Yeah, no worries.
You're having a go at someone
Hard to
in
get your
Bunnings.
shifts covered. Yeah.
But yeah, but it was so funny as well when Rob Millsy Mills, I'll use his
Mills.
handle,
Yeah.
when he walked into the room, he goes, "Oh God, this would make them nervous. I'd never do this.
That
Just
was
do
one
it
of
to
the
a bunch
first
of
things he
friends."
said,
That's all he
wasn't it?
said. Yeah.
But do one thing. I mean, I remember, because at that time you and I had only kind of dry run it a bit.
Yeah,
and we were putting
yeah.
it in front of these amazing kind of like creatives and brains.
Yeah.
And I kind of remember that bit, but mostly I remember there were really good chips.
Really good chips.
You put really good chips out.
Did a nice spread.
I really
Margolese.
appreciated like that. Really strong
By the pool.
chippies. Yeah.
Nice.
And you simply must. Now, today on the podcast, Jen, you're going to love this bit. Marieke, you're not going to like this bit. I've found some gorgeous people on a beautiful website called reddit.com.
Reddit.com.
I was having such a good time.
And you're getting a beautiful cuds from Diggs because he knows when a guest needs his help.
Yeah.
Emotional
He's come
support,
just in
Diggs.
time.
The most support you can get from Diggsy Baby Doll. Now, we have some wonderful, wonderful people and we're going to solve their problems today. Confession 1 comes from gorgeous Laura. Laura confesses, I keep a tied up piece of string in my pocket and I love it more than my husband. Just start there.
Just end there.
Not hard. Yeah. Not hard.
Let me take a step back.
Thank you.
I like that. I have a folded up piece of string in my pocket. I love it. Like going, I'll start back and then starting with the exact same
repeat
sentence
it.
again. Yeah. I have a folded up piece of string and I curl it up and place it gently in my pocket. I talk to it and I sit by it, even taking it out of my pocket occasionally and giving it a little kiss and putting it back in my pocket to let it rest. It's a beautiful confession so far.
Nothing to see here.
I'm anxious. I need an adult.
I should have that on the podcast, a lifeline, where an adult comes in
I need an adult button.
and tells me to walk away. Just step back. Just try me if you think it's not. Okay, sorry. I missed one sentence.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. Now, this is not something you're going to try and shame me for. This is a thing that is completely normal. Just try me if you think it's not, and good luck to you if you ever think I'm going to back down. Fuck off. Yeah, she says that.
So it might come off.
Oh,
I'm off again, I think.
Oh,
there
you're
you go.
back on.
you're back on. It was Diggs's tail, I think. Hit the
Docket.
It's hitting me in the
Docket.
tits.
something you're going to show. It's completely normal. Then she writes, "Fuck off."
Why would you go on Reddit and then be
then
so
say, "Fuck
combative
off."
and
Yeah, I
be
don't
like,
know.
come at me, bro?
Come at me, bro. She's waiting for a fight. Uh-oh. I won't back down, honey.
Oh, wow.
All right, we're friends
This is like
again.
RuPaul's Drag
Diggs,
Race
okay.
level of sass.
Watch me blossom.
Oh,
That's quite nice, isn't
Is
it?
that watch me?
Watch me
Blossom?
blossom. Watch,
Yeah,
me,
watch me.
watch me
Calling
comma
us
blossom.
blossom?
Hey, little blossoms.
Yeah.
Hello, blossoms. Or something else.
no, that's
Yeah.
possum.
Oh, possum.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all started a few years back when I was dating Chris. Chris was no good, but I had no reason to break up with him. I had nothing else going on.
Oh, Laura.
Wow.
Laura. Kind of guy who you just think, that'll do, he'll do.
Then I found the string.
That's
what's gonna happen,
That's
isn't
exactly
it?
what happened,
Yeah.
yeah. There was nothing terrible about him, but just nothing special. It's nice to
He
hear
was
about
no
someone you're
piece
dating.
of folded up string, was he?
Shit, no.
Not in
That's
my
what
pocket.
you say. You meet your friend's new boyfriend. You're like, he's all right, but he's not a piece of folded up string.
He's
if I
no
had a
Duke,
dollar
is he?
for every time I said that,
One day I was in a craft workshop on a Tuesday, of course. Of
Of
course.
course.
And I just started playing with this string. I looked at it and kind of had a crutch after that. Something I would attribute to good luck, fame and fortune. And then she writes about 10 exclamation marks.
fame and fortune.
Fame and fortune.
Is fame and fortune being on Reddit?
Yeah, I think
And
so,
telling
yeah.
people to come
I've
at
made
you.
it. I've
Yeah.
made it. Come at me. I've made it. After about 6 weeks, I developed feelings for the string. Chris almost threw it in the bin when he got jealous, when he found it in my pocket and I hit
That
the
is
roof.
classic
it's not good.
fragile masculinity.
Was he doing the washing?
He was
And
doing the
found
washing and
it in
found
his
his pocket
pocket.
thing.
Check the
What's
pocket.
this?
What's this?
Looks like you're in
Don't
love with
touch
it.
that. That's my string. Chris, give it here. You don't know about this.
He was
This
doing-
is special to me.
You're doing piggy in the middle with one of his friends.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
Chris, no. My string.
No.
Don't drop it.
You're too strong for it, Chris. How long is it? I don't know. Do you like that? We'll be back after Miss Egan. We got it out. We finally did it. Marie's hating it.
Yeah.
I was so mad at him and couldn't understand why he would try and throw something out that I loved more than him. Because he's threatened by it, that's why.
Hang on, is he the husband?
Or the boyfriend at that
But I
stage.
thought
But he's not all that great.
Now,
She's not going to marry
that's when
Chris, is she?
I don't think
I don't think so, no.
God, I hope not.
I know a lot of people would tell me it's weird, but it's not.
Okay, we've established that.
I've had this
Laura.
for a long time and my husband doesn't even know what to think about it. Gonna tie eyes on it soon. Googly eyes, not real ones, so relax. That's what you're
Oh
asking.
my God.
Not real ones, so relax. Let me just
I'm
read
not
that one
going
more
to
time.
jail.
Gonna tie eyes on it soon. Googly eyes, not real ones, so relax.
Back off, haters.
Back off.
Aisle 18 is the craft section in Bunnings.
Thank
just
you for
in
saying
case
that. You wanna
Where's
craft
the
them in?
eyeball,
My Bunnings.
where's
Do
the
yourself a
eyeball
favour.
They're in that
section?
section
Okay,
in
right.
with
You
the
pay for them
craft.
at the eyeball
Yeah,
shop.
you can
Not
pay for
real
them at the
ones,
general
relax.
register.
No.
You don't have to go to tool shop
Yeah.
for those.
No.
Yep.
If you did, though, you'd pay for them
Oh,
in the tool
shit,
shop.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just a rule. I'm going to tie eyes to it
Yes.
and walk around like my fun furry lover. Maybe more. You don't
aren't
know
you
me.
out
Don't think
there?
you do. That's how she said.
Hang on.
Laura.
Does she put it in her vagina?
I don't know if she
Oh,
puts it in her
come
vagina.
on. How did we get there?
How did we get there?
How did we not get there?
Hang
I'm thinking
on.
about it the whole time.
Oh, fuck. I've always got so many questions after
Yeah,
this.
I've got no
Is the
answers.
husband Chris?
No, I don't think
That
so.
didn't
I think she's
seem-
married someone after Chris.
Yes, 'cause
it
she
felt like
said-
she wrote in present tense though for all
Yeah.
of Chris as well.
Her tense is a little all over the place.
And that's the only problem with it. And I'll say
Yeah,
that.
that's
Red
right.
pen through a bit of that.
Is this like the people who marry the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
That's
Objectphilia, I think
yeah,
it's called. Yeah.
I mean,
We've all had it.
you can have a little good luck charm.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
It reminds me of when my kids were at kinder and someone had said this.
Real kids or the other pieces of string that you
No,
always
my
carry around?
imaginary
yeah.
kids, imaginary kids.
With fake eyes, relax.
But yeah, relax, not real ones. And so, they're having someone. I don't think I did it with my kids because that were a lost cause. But other kids had said, the parents said they had like a little hairpin or something.
Yeah.
And they, if they're going to miss their mum, so the mum put all these kisses on the hairpin, and the kid, you can put it in your pocket. And then I'm
That's
with you all
nice.
day. Yeah, lovely.
Nice.
I tried to get my
Laura,
mum to do that. She said no.
fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
Right? There's a difference.
Yeah.
She's not a kinder kid.
Nah.
I don't know why she was so angry at
Oh,
us.
so angry.
She was so defensive. It's like you could take this to have her put eyes on it,
Yeah.
carry it around, talk
Whatever
to
you
it.
wanna do.
It makes her happy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We're not here to yuck your
what
yum.
why are you like watch me blossom?
Yeah.
Watch me blossom.
How about that?
I think, Sue, it's funny. It's a piece of string. It's like
Yeah.
a connection to something. I know she was just at a craft workshop, possibly at Bunnings in the DIY section.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, is it string that ties you to an idea of something? And that's
Yeah,
why
You're giving
very...
it layers that Laura has not.
No, she's
I
not.
think
She just
you're
wants to
doing
fuck
it.
Just a
that
piece of
string.
I remember
Yeah, she
one
wants
night.
to shove it in her vagina. That's
One
it.
night at a party, I got very attached to a plastic ring, like the seal of a milk bottle.
You brought it today. It's lovely.
Oh, shit, I've left it at home. I'm anxious. I've got to go. And I was just one of those things, how you find something. I was probably on the gear back then.
Yeah.
Just finding it. I might shoot it for a while, man, and everything. And then, forgot about it. And the
Yeah.
next day, my friend came over and she bought the bit. I could see you were quite attached to that last night.
So you can understand getting an attachment to something and having kind of maybe there's feelings there maybe as well.
No.
Okay,
The
that's
feelings
interesting that
and
you
the
It was
went
like
there.
a fidget.
Talking
It was like a...
Yeah, a little fidgety.
Yeah.
I used to have a pebble in my pocket that I would turn over in my fingers, and it's an anxiety thing.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
you can just feel that in there.
Yeah.
But I never attached like a name although remember pet rocks.
Yeah, googly eyes.
Yeah, good.
Not real ones,
That's
relax.
Where, yeah, not
Relax.
real ones, relax. I mean, if it brings you comfort.
Yeah.
The
That's why I got a
bit
small
that-
dog.
The one at the start when she says that I love it more than my husband is a big call.
Yes. Yeah, it's a huge call to make.
But if I may, I mean, the string never talks back, does it?
No, it doesn't.
The string's never going to fall asleep during an argument.
It
The
will
string's
do.
never going to let you down.
You know what? It'll be...
It's
unless
where you
someone
need
else
it when
has
you need it.
moved it.
Unless
it'll
Chris
be
is
where
fucking throwing it around
exactly.
again. Yeah.
Biggie in the middle style.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
so the string is the perfect husband.
Yeah, that's beautiful. She makes
Yeah.
love when she wants to make love to that string. Sorry for making
I
eye
don't want to
contact there.
do. I don't
I'm
want to talk
picturing
about her
it.
putting it in her
It's
vagina.
we've talked about it
because
about 5 times.
It's
now.
It's bits of thread coming off. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
it doesn't
like
seem.
it?
I don't think it'd be good pH.
No,
health.
I don't
No.
think so either.
Like it's not good for your pH
And
balance.
she's been feeling it for a lot of years.
well, she
Filthy.
might have worn it smooth then, so it's not as ratty.
Sure, but it would carry a lot of bacteria.
Oh
I would
yeah, it's
imagine.
been rubbing up and down your fingers. Well, I suppose people put fingers in each other, and
Oh,
who knows
come
where
on. That's a
they've
beautiful thing to
been.
think
They
about.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
I've heard about
I've
it.
heard about it. I've heard about it. Well, let's move on. But of course, as Marieke always says, go to therapy.
Go to therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to therapy and embrace your string.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
You
beautiful.
know, take your string to couples therapy.
Did I do that? How long is it? bit before? Did I do that? Already did the how long is it joke?
Yeah, you did it. You did it.
Do it again, though.
And you slipped it in. It was so
it's
beautiful.
nice. Confession 2 comes from gorgeous Jacob. Jacob confesses.
Is he as angry as Laura?
He's not as angry.
I
Okay,
hope
good.
not.
I'm going to start wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, you are, King.
Sorry, wrong forum.
Oh,
Let me start
and
again.
that's it.
No, he goes on, but he's just written
A little
it's
joke.
like the wrong message to someone, and he's put it in the wrong bit, but he keeps going.
Right.
He doesn't go back and backspace.
Okay.
He can backspace.
I like Jacob.
I like
He's got
Jacob,
a
yeah.
sense of fun.
He has got a sense of
Yeah.
fun. I opened a parcel I shouldn't have and found a breakup letter. It was from my girlfriend to me, and it's now been a fortnight, and it still hasn't happened. I know I shouldn't have read it, but I did, and now I don't know how to tell her that I know.
Hang on. Whoa. Pause. Parcel?
A parcel.
A parcel?
I think he meant a letter, like
an envelope,
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, an envelope.
yeah,
You know all the words,
'Cause
don't you, mate?
I'm just thinking
You're pretty
Australia
smart.
Post,
Yeah,
as they
me
left it in a
too.
safe
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Why would it be addressed to her when
Yeah.
it's not a parcel?
So it's
it's a
open
fucking
an
letter.
envelope.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love this
Thank you for
story.
saying
I
that.
love this
Oh, you having a good
show.
time
You're
now?
on this
Oh, wow,
show,
this is
aren't
actually,
you?
it was lovely
She's
for me to
coming
hear.
back.
This is lovely for me to finally hear. We've got another thumbs down from Rick. I found this letter in a simple place. My girlfriend has a diary, and sometimes I'll glance at a page here and there.
What are you doing, Jacob? You've
See what
lost
she's
Marieke.
taking. Yeah. He's taking his sunglasses off.
See, I found it in a simple place. The place where she puts all her private
All
thoughts.
her private stuff. She drives me bananas a lot of the time.
Break up with her then.
Yeah, with the things I don't understand.
Get with Laura.
She drives me bananas with the things I don't understand. Educate
That's such a
yourself,
male
you
thing to
fucking
say.
Idiot.
She drives me crazy with the things I don't understand or asks about.
Step up, Jacob.
All her big words and fucking says kilometres and shit. I don't know where she's going.
I want to understand her head, but I don't.
No.
How are you meant to understand something that you can't understand?
Well, that's
That's
Don't
actually
read the
true.
diary. That's not the first step.
You can't. He says up there, you can't.
No.
And you don't even try.
Well, he did. He opened her diary
He did.
in a simple place.
a very simple place. And I don't know what I'm meant to do with that. So under her diary is a drawer I found a letter addressed
Oh, he was
to me.
really rummaging,
he was
wasn't
rummaging.
he? It
He
wasn't
didn't just find
just the
that.
diary.
Wasn't
He
just the diary.
rummaged
Found
further.
it. I opened it up, being careful not to rip it, and read one of the saddest real life emails I've ever read.
So he
A real
knew
life
it was
email is a letter.
wrong.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what we got. That's what we used to
That's what we
call
call
them.
letters.
Oh, is this a real life email
It's a
in my
real life email.
mailbox?
That's quite cool.
Amazing.
Who's he CC'd to? Is anyone CC'd?
What's the subject?
It was making me go bananas reading it.
Oh, he goes bananas. a
He
little
goes
bit.
bananas a lot. I would have cried, but I was eating a BLT at the time. So that was a good distraction.
You can cry when you eat a BLT.
You can actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Done it many times.
Mayo drips, mixes in with your tears. Use the lettuce to mop up.
It gets the bits on her diary and he's
Worse, also, if you're rummaging, not something oily.
No.
With a
You're
BLT in
leaving
your
fingerprints
Mayonnaise,
everywhere.
You are
Tomato.
fucked,
Don't
mate.
forget the tomato.
Yeah.
I put it, yeah. You just go, yeah.
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 Yep.
I put it back in there, the letter,
letter.
and made sure that she has no way of knowing that I read it.
I think there'll
Apart
be
from
a
all the
bacon.
greasy fingerprints all over it.
Got some aioli all over that. Now I'm just waiting and I'm acting very weird. She told me I'm not meant to eat in her study too.
Yep.
And now that I've read that, I just want to rub the bacony bits in her office more after we read the breakup letter.
Right.
Yeah. Can I tell her I read it, or do I just have to wait it out?
Well, he's not waiting it out in a very elegant
He's
fashion.
not. He's
I would
eating a
say.
BLT in her office
He's
more.
full of revenge thoughts.
Yeah.
God.
He's not waiting this out.
He's not. I feel as though even if she never has that conversation with me, it's always going to be on the back of my mind.
This is why you don't read the secret
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like that could have been, there's very healthy exercises in terms of, couples or thruples or polys. When you write something down for your partner or even someone that you're estranged from, people
Yeah.
that are not in your life anymore, and the things that you can't say to them. So you write them all down and you get it off your
Yes.
chest and you say it to your therapist or you say it to yourself and you
Yep.
set it on fire and you go, right, I've moved through that feeling.
Yep.
So why couldn't she just interrogate that feeling internally?
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, he's now thinking, oh, she wants to break up with me. She might not.
She might not.
He needs to come clean that he has rummaged
Yeah.
with his bacon fingers
Yeah.
through her personal
Yep.
stuff. He doesn't need to say, I know this is a bit contradictory, he doesn't need to say he's read that letter.
No.
But he needs to come clean to say, oh, bloody hell, I got curious and I've been looking at your diary and all that stuff. I'm so sorry, I won't do it again. Pause. Wait. She might say, did you see that letter where I break up with you?
Yeah.
Well, it's not real. It's just my
My
whatever.
therapist said I should
Open
do
that-
it.
Yeah.
Have you either been a rummager or been rummaged, and what was your response?
I don't think I've been a rummager.
You know when
Have
you're
I
having
been
a BLT?
I'm not very interesting. I'm having a BLT. No, I did read someone's diary
There you
when I
go.
was a fair bit younger, and it was kind of just boring stuff. And then when it got to sort of some juicy stuff, I just got too guilty and kind of went shut it and put it away because I went, oh no, now I feel really bad.
Yeah.
In this real life book.
What about you, Sammy?
No, I've never rummaged for things. I'm always too scared of finding something. I overheard a conversation.
Never see anything you want to see.
I overheard a conversation the other day of like people talking about like people that they really like. It was in a comedy room, and then they said my name, and I like just walked out because I was like, I did not want to hear what it was. You know, when you just even overhearing something where you're going, this is about to be about me, and I don't ever want to hear that.
Yeah.
So I'm too terrified of finding something that might.
Everyone
So you're
thinks
protecting
I'm
yourself.
protecting myself from all of that
That's
and all that information. Have you?
I have both rummaged and been rummaged through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's a
as a
vegan
much
BLT?
younger,
Yeah.
insecure person.
Yeah.
And it was always boyfriends, and I'd always get obsessed with the ex-girlfriend who was always very cool. And it took me years to realise that they had cool girlfriends because I was cool also. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're just like,
Yeah,
they've got great
yeah.
taste in women, and I'm
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
woman. But when you're young and insecure and you hate yourself and you're like, oh, she's amazing, and I bet he's still in love with her because I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I want to somehow prove that to myself that he's still in love with her. So I'll go and read all these fucking things.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Oh,
It's going to make the situation so
oh,
much
you
worse.
just, and then you can't get the words out of your head.
Yeah,
No.
They're
no.
just when you're sitting down having dinner and you just think about something that he said to her.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
he's got to come clean.
I'm also like
He has
terrified of
to.
reading someone's messages. You know, like when
Yeah.
their phone pops up and you're like, oh God. Like even seeing someone's messages.
I've accidentally got a privacy screen. Like I got one of like a,
Oh,
a-
yeah,
a
yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
I didn't realise. I just got it from Kmart sponsorship.
Yeah.
And but you can't, like if I'm sitting there, you can't see my screen. It just goes.
I wouldn't look.
Black and
I'd
you-
look
you
away.
wouldn't look.
Because I'm a gentleman.
You'd see me over your shoulder with a
Jacob
BLT.
Jacob
Yeah,
would.
you could
Dripping
smell,
down.
you'd smell
Swipe.
the BLT
Swipe.
first.
greasy swipe.
The thing I always so because I have been a rummager and a rummagee, and my ex-partner many years ago put stalking software on my computer for a year
Oh
and
my
could
God.
see everything I typed. It was not a healthy relationship.
Wow.
Kel surprise. But
That would have
with my
driven you
husband,
bananas.
no, I was driven bananas
Oh,
by
bananas.
that. But my husband, there are no texts that I would feel bad about him
No,
seeing.
no,
And that is
no.
how I have my value system.
Yeah.
I never write anything that I could give you my phone. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing bad on it. Do I want every Facebook message and Instagram DM I've ever read out in the world publicly?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No.
But in terms of my core romantic relationship,
Yeah.
there's nothing. He could look through my diary. I mean, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah,
I know he
yeah.
absolutely wouldn't. And his phone as well, I would never look through it.
No.
No.
Ever. If I had anything I wanted to ask, I'd
You
ask
just
him.
ask it in person.
Yeah.
And I trust him for that.
Yes.
That's a healthy thing. I don't think Jacob's kind of the same
No,
as
Jacob-
that.
Also, that woman's too good for him.
Yeah.
That
she
woman
needs
is
to move
too
on.
good for
Yeah.
him.
And also go to therapy.
Go to therapy, Jacob.
Let's move on to the next
You're doing my
gorgeous,
line for
gorgeous
me.
person
Bananas.
that comes from gorgeous Jenny. Jenny confesses, I have a cat, but it's not my cat.
Okay.
It,
I've heard stories about this.
it belongs to my neighbour.
On this
Oh my
podcast.
god! Oh my god!
this podcast.
This
Yeah,
happened to someone that we were talking about before. I'll tell you in a
okay,
minute.
okay.
Yeah.
I just locked it in.
Oh,
It's the cutest, funniest cat. So funny. It's fucking funny.
So
I
funny.
locked it in.
Locked it in.
Yeah, kidnapped it.
It's kidnapped
Yeah.
it.
Hostage.
It's walking around making me laugh. I
They are
love
funny. Have you seen some
some of them
those
cats are
videos?
so
they are
funny.
quite-
Oh, yeah,
Oh, my-
online.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
God,
I
some of them are
laugh.
funny.
Oh yeah.
I loved having it in my home. Mm-hmm. To tell you the truth, it got through the back door.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you
To tell
left
you
it
the
wide
truth,
open.
yeah, left it open. I've got a big back deck, and it would
I'll say.
climb over and see what was happening over my side.
Curiosity killed him.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
yeah. Oh my god, is this cat going to die?
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't
want
die,
to
it
do any
doesn't die.
dying.
No,
No,
we're
it
not
doesn't
doing
die.
dead animals
No.
today, love.
Good.
Grass is always greener, all that.
All that.
Cats do think that as well, don't they? Grass is
They
always
do.
greener,
Oh,
all
they
that.
always do
all that.
Yeah.
It'd purr and dance and make me laugh more and more.
I think I've seen it on the internet.
It's a good
I'm
dancing
really
cat.
enjoying this person sitting there, maybe
Loving this
clapping
cat.
with a
Oh, yeah.
BLT and a wine.
And the cat's got maracas.
Dance, little pussycat, dance.
I was a big fan of this cat.
Oh, yeah, I am too.
I like it too, actually. All the funny things I could tell you about this cat.
Oh, my God. You could fill a book.
You could write a book with these
Oh, my
memories.
God. You're kidding me.
Don't.
No, you're kidding me.
You're kidding me.
You're kidding me.
We're back after music and speak on it.
I'm firing
Lots of
myself from
pieces
this
of dream.
podcast.
All the funny things I could tell you about this cat, blah, blah, blah. It'd just sit there and purr and purr.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. The neighbours told me they were moving out, and I was pretty terrified from that moment that I was going to lose little Ashley.
Oh,
hang on.
I wondered what it's
Yeah, did she name it Ashley?
I don't know, actually.
Or
if
is
the
it
cat's-
on the tag?
Yeah,
Ashley's quite a good name for a
it's quite
cat.
nice, isn't it? I like Kathy for a dog. I've decided. That's going to be after Diggs.
Yeah.
Kathy, little Kathy.
After? We don't
I didn't
talk
mean
about
after. I meant.
after
No. Sorry about that.
Shh.
I was not ready to let go, and neither was Ashley.
No.
I love just putting all of this on Ashley.
Okay.
Ashley was furious.
Ashley's fine.
So instead of just letting her go, I decided to close my back door one day and let her stay.
Let her stay. Make her stay.
She stayed and has stayed since, and the neighbours have now moved. They went looking for Ashley
This
for
is a
ages.
crime. This is a crime.
Yep.
But never found her,
Oh.
and now we're best friends.
Oh, really though, are you?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
best friends. We
Ashley's got Stockholm syndrome.
100%.
live in the house together, have fun, and have a really good time.
I hate you.
a funny cat.
I hate
Jenny.
you, Jenny.
Oh, Jenny. Oh, not me.
Jenny's dead
Not
to
you.
me.
Oh, okay.
I know
No.
I said that, but I'm looking at you. But
Jenny's-
I hate Jenny.
No.
Jenny's
good.
no good. I don't know what to do now, but I feel as though I should tell the ex-neighbours.
No fucking shit, Jenny.
I have
You
their numbers.
Absolute cunt. Give these people their fucking
Yeah,
animal
they
back.
need it. They need it.
Trauma.
Justice
Yeah.
for Ashley.
Yeah.
Free Ashley Spears.
Free Ashley Spears and could easily text them, but also I don't want to lose Ashley. Ashley and I bonded to an extent that you couldn't even imagine. We just kicked back. Just laughing.
Ashley.
Ashley and I have bonded to an extent you couldn't even imagine. We just kick back. Ashley is making it known how much she enjoys my company.
Make it known. She's a cat. They're
And
so
She's written a
awful.
letter. She's
They're
written a letter.
awful.
A real
they
life
don't
letter.
care about anybody.
And enjoys our time together. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. That's what she ends it.
Is that how she ends
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I'm not
worry
worried
about me.
about you. I'm worried about
I'm
the
worried about
ex-neighbours and
Ashley.
It's
Ashley.
no good. What do you do in a situation like
And
this?
the
Well,
trauma.
Can you imagine? I mean, you can hear Diggsy there. Beautiful Diggsy.
Beautiful boy.
Jen, you've got your two little
Oh,
poochies.
mate.
We've got
beautiful
Maudie.
Maud.
If some motherfucker
Yeah.
took Maud and said, "Oh, I just think she enjoys being with me more," well, that's
I'll
a
let her
dick
stay.
kicking right there. I
Yeah, I'll let her stay.
closed my door and let her
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
That's hideous.
It is. It's just
not
like
good, Jem.
keeping kids in a basement.
And you shouldn't do that either.
Apparently not.
No.
So I just don't. Yeah.
Shit, sorry, guys, I
gotta
gotta
go.
go.
Oh, this is an awkward turtle moment for me.
One time, I think I've told this story. I hope
Tell
I
it again.
haven't, but it wouldn't be that interesting anyway. But I was on tour and I was at a motel in Mount Gambier.
You downgraded really quickly there.
Yeah. And anyway, and I got home from the show and there's this little cat sitting on the doormat at my door of my
Ashley.
motel. Ashley it was. I opened the door and
Let it stay.
cat just comes on in, and I've
Yeah,
got a
that's
bit
what
of.
they do.
I've got
That's
a
what
bit of
cats
food,
do.
of course.
Yep.
Well, I've given it a couple of bits of bacon out of my
VLT.
fried rice.
VLT, yeah.
And anyway, and then it's just there, and it's just up on the bed, and I'm like, oh, it's quite because you get a bit lonely
quite
on
cute,
tour.
yeah.
It's quite cute. I ran a bath, had the bath. Cat was up on the back, on the hind legs,
Making
I
you
don't know what it
laugh.
was actually making me laugh.
Oh, they
I was
do
clapping
that.
along with
Yeah.
Ashley. Went to bed. Thought, it's just on the end of the bed. It's curled up. To the
I should
head
tuck you in.
And I'm like, I'm opening the door going, you better probably go. And then it was like, no. And then later on it was like, yeah, I want to go now. I'm like, and then the next morning, I said to the people that own the motel, is that your cat? Oh, yeah, what was it doing?
A cat died in this building 25 years ago.
Oh, my God. and we were intimate.
Oh my God.
No,
What?
no, nothing.
Put the cat into
Nothing,
their
no.
vagina.
She didn't have the string with her, so
But
can understand.
it was just like a lovely little experience.
Isn't that
But
lovely?
but I still felt it's not my cat.
The
You know what I mean?
person
Not my cat.
that I was, well, no, I won't say their name, but
No.
it's someone. It's a mutual friend of ours.
Oh my God.
And they travel a little bit for work, and they came home and they could not find their cat. And then eventually they went round to a neighbour's house and they saw their cat massive,
Oh my God.
chunked up. This person had been feeding it lasagna.
That's like Garfield
And
likes.
then said yes.
Yeah, it's Monday,
And
so-
then
No
said
carbs for
the
cats.
cat doesn't want to leave. And they'd had missing
can't
posters
leave.
up that did too fat to
walk.
leave, and it didn't. And they were really upset. But then, and they thought about taking legal action.
Yeah.
But the person who stole it said, "Well, you weren't around, and the cat came in here, and I fed it." And then they went in and they found that there was like a cat climbing. That it was basically
Oh
a
my
cat
Oh
palace.
my God.
The person had lured it there. It's like taking a kid to Disneyland when
Yeah,
you're kidnapping
yeah.
them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, this is going to be more fun than your house.
Yeah.
And
Let's
under
go
the
to
current
Disneyland.
Howard legislation, you cannot
Not.
take a cat from a garden.
Yep.
Not
That's
allowed.
right.
Not these days.
Not
God, you
allowed.
can't do anything
But they
anymore
had
these
to.
days.
They had to give up their cat.
Oh
It was really,
Oh.
really sad because this person had made it so attractive, filled this cat full of lasagna, nom, 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 made all this like cat things for
Fat
it,
cat?
and then said, "Well, you were away, and it's just happier here. It's
Oh,
happier here."
this is-
And then
Yeah.
the cat just went
yeah, yes.
at them. Oh my God.
That is what
really?
happened. They went in going, but that's how cat.
on,
And the
pick
cat
it
was,
up.
the cat was like, their own, when they were like,
Their own
Which
cat.
is
That's our
cat
cat.
language for you've never fed me lasagna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate Mondays.
it's like that film Kramer versus Kramer when they try and make the child run to
Yep.
see who
Not
they.
Seinfeld.
But no, not
Different than
Seinfeld.
that.
Different.
Funny
but
show, though.
when imagine you go, Morty, it's me. This person's taken you, and
Yeah.
Maud
And they
goes,
run.
Nah, I want to stay here.
Diggs
Ouch.
got out once and was just sitting in a factory down the road, and the
Yep.
guy was eating. The guy kept giving him had just bits of chicken from his
good.
lunch. He just kept feeding to him, and I tried to get Diggs to come with me. He's like,
Diggs like,
"Nah, I'll just stay
No,
here for a bit,
stay
Dad.
here.
Stay with
I'll
Chicken
stay with
Man.
Dad. Dad, I'll just be here. Come pick me up later, Dad.
The
I'll just be
Colonel.
here."
It was with the
Just
Colonel.
hanging out with his friend.
But also when this horrible person, Jenny, gets in contact, if she finally gets a conscience and contacts these people and says, "Listen, I've had Ashley the whole
Yeah,
time."
yeah.
If I was them, I'd take legal action.
I would too. Lawyer up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's going to
Jenny.
have to
Lawyer
give
up,
it. Get
Jenny.
another cat.
Get another cat.
There'll
Call
be
it, call
other
it
funny
Ashley.
cats. Ashley too.
They'll say, who the fuck is Ashley? Because she
Yeah.
called it Ashley.
She
I
called it
reckon.
Ashley. Yeah.
I think it's called Socks.
Mr. Bubbles.
Yeah.
Just a bubble socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, and go to therapy.
And
Yeah,
go to
go to
therapy.
therapy.
yes,
Go to therapy.
thank God.
We have the final gorgeous confession today that comes from gorgeous Mark.
Oh, Mark. I love Mark.
I get scared about how much you say gorgeous because it feels like I'm being lulled into like
Yeah.
I liked Jacob.
Yeah, you did like Jacob.
He
yeah.
was he was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then he made a funny thing going.
Yeah, the
it was
sunglasses.
like Dan Murphy's opening hours.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, yeah.
wrong forum. And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh Jacob, you got a bit of spunk.
Yeah, I
like
like
you.
your spunk.
So I'm holding off
Holding
judgment.
off,
Don't
okay.
say gorgeous before I know that this person is like, punched a
From the
homeless
person,
Yeah.
Mark.
Yes.
Mark confesses. I've got a lot of funny things to tell you since
do
we last
you?
caught up on Reddit,
I'll be
Oh.
a judge of that.
Yeah.
but those funny things are not for here. None of the funny things I think of really for here because I'm not a funny person, I suppose.
Oh, gee.
That checks out so
Yeah.
far, Mark, I've got to say.
Yep.
I clogged the toilet on a date
God, Sam.
and lit the
more
shower
poo-poo.
and lit the shower curtain on
I was certain.
I lit the shower curtain on fire to get away with it.
I think I do like Mark.
I hate this story.
Try not to. No, you can't go. You can't just leave.
She's gone under, the,
under the
table,
table.
guys.
Wake me up when it's over. Try not to hate me, but it's what happened, what I did, and I don't know what I'm going to do next.
Well, you've done it.
You've done
You're
it. You don't have to do
You
anything.
lit the
next.
shower curtain on fire, you fucking unit.
I know what I shouldn't do things like this, but I didn't mean to, and certainly didn't set out to do it in the first place. It just happened this way. had just started dating Ruby.
Okay, what is that sentence?
Started dating Ruby.
No. I'm going to cut Mark some slack there because if you're typing out a vulnerable confession, you're not always checking your own grammar.
You've got a BLT in one hand and crying in the other.
State of triggering, thinking about his past experience.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We went out for dinner, and when we got home, I freaked out. I need to go to the bathroom, and badly, but I had no idea the hell that was lying ahead of me.
Save this one till last because you knew I'd be kind of
I knew
like...
you'd leave.
Yeah.
Earlier, if it was...
You'd have left straight away. Thinking fast, I started a fire. Oh, so he clogged it first.
Oh, okay.
Had no idea what the hell was like. I clogged
it. I thought it was a preemptive fire, and I'm like, Mark, you've done this
You don't need to do that every
wrong
time.
way.
I clogged it and could not get away
I
with
need a
it.
shit, where's my lighter?
Thinking fast, I started a fire. I had my cigarette lighter in my pocket, and I started it, walking casually back out in the living room and quickly pretending I smelt smoke. I guess you don't have to pretend if it's actually smoke.
Yeah.
We put it out, and she said she needed to pop out to get a new shower curtain. And would I like to come? I guess it's worked out pretty well because if you put it out straight away, it's like then it's just put out fire with a massive shit in the toilet.
Could you grab?
I've got questions again, but I
She
don't...
getting the shower curtain from Bunnings.
From
Could
Bunnings,
she
probably.
grab a plunger?
Could you get a plunger as well?
Oh, as well.
I said no, that I would just hold the fort. It's odd for him to just stay there.
Is this going to be like the woman who ended up hanging upside down in the window? Remember that Scottish story? She was on a date and she couldn't flush the toilet. It was a first date. And I think she'd tried to climb. I don't know if she was trying to get something out the window or tried to climb out the window because she was so like, I'm going to cover this up. It's going to be. And she got stuck in the window. And the fire truck had to. There's a photo of her upside down in this window on this first date. I think someone's made a play about it. I actually think the two amazing men from My Dad Wrote a Porno have written a play about that, a musical about that incident. I might be incorrect, but that's
so funny.
The synapses of my memory. That's what I'm hearing.
She found that a bit weird that he just wanted to hold the fort, but that was my opportunity to get rid of it.
Well, yeah.
Then her house.
I think the woman in Scotland was trying to throw it out the window.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Got caught. There's a photo of that, maybe.
Yeah. No. There's a photo of her upside down, but I think that's what she was doing out the window.
Trying to throw it out.
She couldn't flush it, so she decided to throw it.
Be a great musical. Tell her housemate. Then her housemate came home, and I said I needed to use the bathroom, but they went first.
Oh,
Hang on. The housemate came home.
Yeah.
And
Goes, I need to go to the toilet.
right.
And he's like, then he freaks out. I don't know what to do now because
is he writing this while he's in? No wonder he wasn't spelling properly. He's out in the living room panicking.
I need advice quick.
Quick, smart.
When did the supposed clogging occur? I blamed it on the housemate, but I don't think anyone bought it. Her housemate let out an almighty scream and it was game over for me. Don't know what to do. She's not returning my calls.
No. Hang on. So
Shits me when they don't fill the gaps.
So the girlfriend, the woman he was dating came back.
Yep.
So when was the housemate in the toilet? Because he said, I blamed the housemate. So the housemate went to the bathroom, shower curtain comes home and he's like, Lucy's been in there a while.
She done a big poop in there.
But he said that didn't fly because also, I mean, I'm assuming the gender of these women talk. Women just go, no, did you do it? No, it was him.
Yeah.
Don't call him again. All right, I won't.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Oh, they know it was him.
Yeah, they did.
Especially
know
the person that he blamed it on.
What's he
I went in
asking
there.
for?
Yeah.
Like, what does he want us to say?
I think he is wondering if he should have a conversation with this girl and just say,
Well,
hey,
this is what I wonder,
embarrassed
and I'd
about it.
have to check about the Scottish, the one because it was like it went all over the internet, and this woman who was just going, I'm so mortified, I need to put this out the window, and was then a front page. Like it was the odd spot, and like it was all that kind of stuff. But you just go, what a great story to tell at the wedding.
Oh, great story to tell at the wedding. If you ever get married.
Fecal
shame.
Can I tell you,
shame.
babe's a good one?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is mine to tell, but I will share it. And anyway, this got told to me in a writer's room, which I'm
In
hoping
Scotland, I'm helping
not
you out
in
here.
Scotland. So this was in Los Angeles, and it was a very high.
That's in the United States.
That's
then.
it's like it was a big kind of very LA party and models and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, this was told to me by someone who knows the person, so who went to this event, this
Scotland.
party in Los Angeles, feeling unwell and going, all right, I need a bathroom.
Yeah.
In this, mansion pool and people in bikinis, like classic LA Boogie Nights party. And so they went upstairs and the bathroom was dark. They couldn't find a light in the bathroom and then they couldn't find the toilet and they went, fuck, what's that? Okay, it's the bath. I'll do that in the bath. And then eventually did it and then they turned on the light and the bath was filled with ice, champagne, oysters and lobsters.
Brilliant.
That's amazing.
And then they left.
And then they left and they were never
left the
seen
party.
again. Of course you would. You can't stay around
I
for
know.
that.
You can't stay around
You
for
Can't
that.
stay around for that.
You can't.
If it was just the drinks in the bath,
No.
I
Oysters
reckon
and
I would
lob-
have, just run the shower.
over the.
open
You would have
the
melted
plug.
the ice.
Cold, maybe
Oh,
even.
yeah,
Just
okay.
wash the poo away. The
Yep.
drinks are bottled.
Yep.
But the oysters
Oysters.
and
You
the
can't get away with
lobster-
that.
What the fuck was that?
You can't
doing
get
in
away
the
with
bath?
that.
What? Of course, you put the oysters in the ice.
Yeah, but put it in a fridge, man.
Yeah, you're
Not
angry
in
about the
toilet.
planning of
Too
this.
many.
Someone could have had a poo in the toilet. You don't want fecal matter
Oh, that's
mixing
true,
in
actually.
the air with the
Look,
oysters.
they do things
You're not
differently
gonna
in
eat it,
LA.
Marieke, so
In
it
LA,
doesn't concern you.
no.
That's
Some
none of your
vegans do eat
concern.
oysters
Oh,
because
do
they've
they?
got no central nervous system.
Oh, okay.
I'm not one of them.
I
but
stand
some vegans eat
corrected.
roadkill.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not one of them either.
No, not one of them.
Anyway, so it could be a good, it's a great, here's the story of,
Yeah.
and you know the other one,
Yeah.
I'm now telling all the apocryphal kind of, the very famous one that I got told, the first one I got told was about an amazing first date. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Amazing first date.
Stop. No, I'm just
No,
joking.
and
She's
they had
joking.
this fabulous night, like a big kind of gooey first date. And the guy was at the guy's apartment, and he said, "I'm going to work, but help yourself to breakfast, do what you got to do, and let yourself out. I'd love to see you again. I'd love to see you again." So she went to the bathroom and couldn't flush it, and panicked. And then was like, I'm going to have to take this with me because I don't want to leave like this. He comes home with this fabulous light. So she got like a little Glad bag and put it in that and wrote him a note saying, I had a great night. I want to see you again. It was fabulous, and left. And as soon as she closed the door, she realized she'd left the bag next to the note. On
That beautiful
the bench.
note.
I'd love to see you again. Here's a shit in a Tupperware bag.
I don't reckon.
See, and
Make of that what you will.
That was, and I was like, did she? Because what a great conversation
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
But that was she never.
Oh, no, you'd probably be too embarrassed after leaving your own shit and saying,
In a
had a great time.
bag too.
In a bag.
It was in like a Glad bag, like saving it for specials.
Saving it
So
for
great.
specials.
Here's my number. I'd love to see you again.
Straight into
That's
the
so
Had a
funny.
fabulous
Straight into the
night.
esky.
Yeah. Bit of ice, a few oysters.
What, do you think our friend here should be calling and saying, "Look, I mean, she knows it was him. You probably don't need to."
Yeah, look, I don't know. Oh, yeah, forgot to tell you, I had a massive shit in your toilet and I couldn't flush it. And I lit the lighter to sort of take up some of the
Yeah,
fumes
Yeah.
it's the fire
and
that's
that
really.
accidentally set
I started the
shower, and
fire.
I freaked out.
Yeah.
Imagine the smell of that plastic shower curtain.
Oh
as
my
well.
God.
Chemical.
Oh, yeah.
I think it wasn't your housemate going, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah.
And she knows it wasn't her.
I mean, he could send a nice apologetic text, which is very human, saying,
It is
"I
nice.
panicked." Like everyone does. I
$13.65
panicked
too, 'cause
for the shower curtain. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
exactly. But don't expect her to text you.
Don't expect
No,
it.
no,
to
you
text
won't
back.
hear from her.
Go
You
to
won't hear
therapy.
from her again. Go to therapy. At the end of that, we've had 4 beautiful confessions from 4 beautiful people. If we had to cast one of these as a major motion picture, which one springs out the most? So you got Mark, who clogged the toilet. You got Jenny, who captured Ashley the cat. You've got Jacob, who is going to start wearing sunglasses, but it was more about the letter, the real life email that was left behind. And you've got Laura, who keeps the piece of string.
My spider sense is I quite as a writer.
Yes.
I was already I found the Jacob one quite interesting. What do you do when you read a letter about your own future and then
Yep.
you can't? I mean, the rummaging aside,
We don't need to do the BLT
I thought
stuff.
that was a kind of interesting
Yes,
premise.
yeah.
You
Because
know,
then you've got him always thinking this.
He's always
thing
thinking
of
about it's going to
this
happen
thing,
at some
and then
point.
You meet her.
you could do it
and
as
you-
a sliding doors
Yes,
kind of film, is that
yes.
he reads the letter and then in one part of his mind he's acting out what his life would be like if that letter is enacted.
Yep.
And the other part is, this is what my day-to-day
Yeah.
life is. Maybe I wish that the letter, I wish she did break up with me because I can see this beautiful world with her.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
got
good. Who would
potential.
play him, do you think? Who would play our beautiful friend?
Jacob Elordi. Maybe my head just went to Jacob and Jacob.
Yeah,
I just
Jacob
went very easy. But
Elordi.
also, I think about Jacob Elordi quite a lot. So,
And what
do
about
you know,
her?
I always tell people Jacob Elordi and I slept in the same bed, and we did, just not at the same time. But he lives in my friend's old house in LA. That's where the parties happen.
Wow.
And we were in the same bedroom.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I parked
So you feel
in
connected to
Sammy's car
Pregnant.
park
Oh,
today.
yeah,
Yeah.
hot.
Peter Hellier's parked there.
Yeah.
Oh, my
So
God.
Yeah.
don't even worry
Pretty good.
about
Don't
it.
even worry about it,
Don't
mate.
even worry about it.
Don't even worry about
Parked
it.
where Pete parked.
Wow,
Park
that's
with Pete
so
Park.
cool.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, actually. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool when you say it like that.
Jacob Elordi, but then there'd have to be two heroines or heroes, depending
Yeah.
on what Jacob's Oh, no, he was into women,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
But the two in the sliding doors, there's the letter person and the non-letter person.
Oh, see, I felt like that is the same person, but it's two ways it could have gone.
Oh, the breakup or the non-breakup.
Maybe, but
yeah.
I don't know.
But you can
Yeah.
take it all the way through to they have kids and,
Yeah.
they maybe suffer a tragedy and this wouldn't have happened if we hadn't
And then there's
broken
a
up.
flashback to a scene when she's younger where her therapist says, well, what about this for an experiment? You write
Yeah.
a breakup letter
Yeah.
and see how that sits with you.
And that'll help you make
That's
that. So you
good
switch
stuff.
POV
Oh, it just
like
came to
Gone
me.
They
Girl.
really?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like Fleischman is in trouble or Gone Girl that you switch POV
Yes.
after
yes.
Jacob, and then later you realise what it
I
was
love
for her
that.
all along. This
So
is great.
who's playing the
Trademark,
partner, do you think?
trademark.
Who's playing the
girl?
partner?
Who's playing that?
Having just seen Kate Winslet in The Regime, and I know she's older than Jacob Elordi, but hot, like hot older
Yeah,
women, younger
yeah.
men is a real vibe. The Regime, which got terrible reviews, I really enjoyed
haven't
watching
seen
it.
it.
And she plays like a kind of dictator,
Oh, hang on, I've seen
authoritarian.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
didn't
It's
like
been
it.
around
I
for a
really
while.
enjoyed
It's
it.
outrageous.
Yeah, it's kind of
Let's
like
get Kate Winslet if we can.
a softcore Iannucci kind of vibe, but also she's a fucking genius.
Yeah,
She can do
100%.
anything.
Anything.
Let's get her. Let's get
Let's
Winslet.
get her.
Yeah, what do you want to call it?
We'll get Winnow.
Call
We'll
the
get Winner.
film.
Yeah. Do you want to call it Sliding Doors Moment?
No.
That's quite nice.
Terrible.
Thank you for saying that. I'll take everything as a compliment.
Rummage.
Rummage with a BLT.
No. Just all rummage. Question
Rummage,
mark.
hold the mayo.
Oh,
That's
I
nice.
didn't know the BLT had made it into the film adaptation, but let's talk.
It's still under the
It's sponsored.
discussion.
Yeah.
It's sponsored by BLT. Big BLT.
It's craft.
Yeah,
It's
it is
sponsored by Kraft.
absolutely. Genevieve Morris, if people want to check you out, how do they find you?
They just. Well, I'm not going to give my
No.
address
Oh, okay.
on air,
All
but
right.
I'm at Bayswater Bunnings, and I'm on the.
You'd be doing MTC?
I don't do a
You're
lot
on
of
the
social
stage.
media.
You'd
so
be on
don't-
the
but I'll be on the
stage.
stage, MTC, or
Later
look
in the
out
year.
for the second series of Deadlock too, because I'll be looking out for it.
Yeah. Marieke, what about you?
Well, I mean, I'm on Instagram, which I'm quite enjoying, but I have not scrolled since January 1st.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I still look at stories and things or go to specific accounts to look, but no thumbing
Oh,
down.
that's
Oh,
good.
My
good for
rule is
you.
no thumbing down. So if I've missed people's important news, I'm sorry. But I like posting on there. I'm still doing Better Off Said, the event I did with Emily
yep.
Zoe Baker. We toured that a lot. I'm writing lots of film and TV, this new show, Sunny Nights, which I've written on, which is for Jungle. So
Amazing.
that's how I make my living, is sitting at home going tippy-tappy.
Tippy
So-
tappy, tippy tappy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And check out your podcast.
And check out my
Yeah.
pod.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is sad.
This is not sad.
This
is
is
a
like the
beautiful
end of
moment.
camp concert.
Well,
beautiful
it's
moment.
a sliding doors moment.
Yeah,
It's a
it
sliding
is.
doors moment,
Yeah,
and we'll
what would
see
it
how
look
it all
like if you
panned out.
kept doing confessions?
Forever.
Yeah.
Genevieve Morris, thank you so much for doing the
Thank
podcast.
you, my pleasure. I love you.
I love you. Marieke, thank you so much.
I love you so much.
I love you so much. Good night, Australia.
Good night, Australia.